All right, what's good? It's Lex, bro. We're gonna be going over what a break of structure is. So essentially, what a break of structure is, it's essentially just getting confirmation that market structure wants to shift, right? So essentially, typically you would see this after a sweep of liquidity. Why? Because the sweep of liquidity is the fake out, and then you're gonna see the reversal, right? So the manipulation move. And what is getting confirmation? Getting a market structure shift confirmation, which is a break. And what is a break? A break essentially is when the candle closes above a high or closes below a low. So if it closes below a low, that means that it broke structure to the downside, confirming that it wants to move lower, right? And in contrary, if it breaks above the high, that's getting confirmation that it wants to move to the upside, right? So that's essentially what a break of structure is. Super fucking basic, but that's all it is. All it is, it's a tool to confirm that market structure wants to shift. That's typically the best way I could possibly word that, and I'm gonna go ahead and show examples. This is gonna be a video based upon what a break of structure looks like. Okay, so we pretty much went over why we use them, everything that kind of covers the basic foundation of what it is. So now we're gonna hop right into the charts and show what it looks like. Okay, so what is a high? It is a move up, then a move down between two candles, and you pick the highest wick depending if it's a high or a low, right? So in this scenario, this would be a high. Why? Because it is a move down. I mean, a move up, then a move down. You pick the highest wick between the two. Cool. This is the high, right? So that's just me going over what a high is, and then I'm going to just go over really quick what a low is. Okay. So what is a low? It is a move down, then a move up. Again, in these, my chart looks a little bit different. Typically, this is supposed to be a red candle, and this is supposed to be a green one. But white, in my charts, they are green, and in my charts, blue means red, right? So this would be a low, right? So this would be a move down, then a move up. What is the lowest wick between the two? Cool. This is the new low, right? This is the most recent one. So this is what a break of structure is. So it's essentially the body of a candle going below a low or a high, depending if you're looking for a break to the upside or to the downside, right? So in this scenario, this is the low that I just explained, right? This is on the daily time frame, by the way. So we broke below that. Why? This is the body. Again, what is a body? Right? So this is what a body is. It's the open and close of a candle, right? And if you do not know what the open and close is of a candle, then maybe you shouldn't be fucking watching this video. Right? So this is the low, this is the body. Where did the body close? Close down here, below this low, right? So we didn't sweep this low. Why? Because the body closed below it. So what happened when we closed below? We broke structure to the downside, right? Showing that market structure wants to move lower. And what happened right after? Boom. Right? Now, we're going to be going over a high now, right? So here, what is a high? It is a move up, then a move down. Pick the highest wick between the two candles. This is the new high. Body closed above the most recent high. What happens? We move to the upside, right? So now, just very vividly, I'm going to show what a break of structure looks like to the upside with a sweep here, right? So say on the same example, here's a low to high, right? And this is a fair value gap. We're not going to hop into that yet. But guys, it's so hard not to like put all the confluences together when we're making these. But all right, so what is a high? Move down, then a move up. This is the new low. We wicked that low, right? Now, how do we confirm it? Okay, so like we wait for the candle to close, we wick it, awesome. We get a break of structure to the upside, right? So essentially, why we want to wait for a break of structure here is because it's how it's validated, right? So once we break structure, that's pretty much saying that market structure wants to shift. And once we get that sweep, that's a manipulation move. So when you put those two in confluence together, there's your confirmation right there, right? And again, don't just solely enter off of that, right? So it all depends on what time frame you're looking on, where you're going on. I'm just going to go through time frames, right? So here's a perfect example of a low, right? Low gets wicked, we wick it, we do not break below this low, we don't invalidate it, right? So we get that sweep of liquidity. Then this is the most recent high. Why? Because this is a move up, then a move down. You pick the highest wick between the two. Awesome. Here it is. Body closes above that. What the fuck happens after? Boom. Move up. Move to the upside. Here. Kind of barely fucking tell here. But, yeah, this is the low. Why? Because this is a move down and a move up. This, you pick the lowest wick between the two. What happens here? We wick that. Awesome. Break a structure here to the upside. We broke below this high with this candle. Continuation. Right? So that's what it looks like together. But now I just wanted to kind of show what that looks like with the sweep of liquidity, right? So let's go ahead and hop into the 4-hour time frame. We're slowly gonna just be going on what a break of structure is here now. All right. So here. All right. So what is this right here? Move up and a move down, right? So what is that? It's a high, right? Pick the highest wick between the two. Cool. So the body of this candle closed above this high because this one, as you can tell, just wicked it, right? So broke above it. What happened right after? Boom, right? Continuation to the upside. So essentially what a break is, it's just getting confirmation that market structure wants to either shift or continue in the same direction, okay? So that was a move. That was a break of structure to the upside. Now a break of structure to the downside is the same thing, just in the contrary. Right? Okay. So let's find a good example for you guys. Okay. So move down, then a move up, right? And again, these are super black and white because I'm just showing what they look like, right? And just showing that these confluences work on every single fucking time frame. So move down, then a move up. This is the new low. Why? Because it's the lowest wick between the two candles. We break the body, closes below, right? We didn't just wick this low. This is what a wick is, right? So this is the body. These are the wicks. The wicks are pretty much these fucking lines that go and that are in the middle of the candle, right? So what happened here, right? What happened? We got a break of structure. Why? Because the body closed below that low. It didn't wick it. So what the fuck happened right after? Enough said, right? We had to move, fucking whole move to the downside, right? We shift market structure. Got a break of structure to the downside. Had a continuation down, right? So that's in the 4-hour time frame. Even here. So what is this? Is a high to low. This is the new high. Cool. Body closes above this high here. What happens? Boom. Boom. Continuation to the upside. All right, let's go ahead and scale down to the 1 hour. All right, let's try to find a random. Let's see. All right. All right, let's go here. All right. So cool. So what is a high? Cool. High to low. Pick the highest wick. Cool. What happened here? And here. Well, this would be the most recent one. So let's just go based on this. So this would be the new high, right? High and then a low. What happens? Body of this candle right here closes above it. And what happens right after? Moves to the upside, guys. Moves to the fucking upside. Okay. Here. Okay. So this is a low. Why? Move down, then a move up. Pick the lowest wick between the two. Awesome. Right? So what happens here? Why was this a break of structure? If your answer was because this fucking candle right here broke below, it closed below this low, then you're 100% correct. Right? So what happens? We break below that, and then what happens right after? Guys, look at this shit. Cool. Now let's scale down to the 15-minute. Fuck. Alright. Try to find somewhere fucking random. Alright. What happened here? This is a high. Move up, then it move down, pick the highest wick. Cool. What happens here? Body closes above that. What happens? Boom. Right? Awesome. Let's see. Okay. We have a low here. We have a move down, then a move up. Pick the lowest wick between the two. Awesome. Get a break of structure to the downside, right? Why? Because this body closed below this low. What happened right after? Boom. All right, so this all the conflicts I'm going to be showing are applicable to every single time frame. That's why I just keep scaling down even lower to show different examples, right? So, okay, guys, this is something they used to get me all the fucking time. Okay. So let's say okay, guys, again, a high and a low are a 2 candlestick pattern. Only two. Okay. So here, in this scenario, where would the high be? If it is a 2 candle, we don't give a fuck about this anymore, right? Because why? Because this is a high. This is the most recent high. Why? Because it's a move up and then a move down. This is the high. We don't give a fuck about this. So if it's 2 consecutive candles like this, we don't give a shit. Why? Because that's not even a high. It's higher than this one, than this, don't get me wrong, but it's not a high. Why? Because it's not a move up and a move down, right? So, boom, this would be the high, okay? And in the contrary, it would be the same thing to the downside, okay? So, just wanted to point that out. All right. But where I was going. Okay, 15-minute. Move up, move down, then move up, pick the lowest wick, boom. Body closes below this, confirmation, boom. Okay? Hopefully this is starting to pick up, guys. Like, hopefully this is starting to make more sense. My next video upon this is going to be what a fair value gap is. So, stay fucking tuned. All right. We're just going to go on. All right. Okay. So, what is this right here? Please, right here. What is this? Right here. It is a move down, then a move up. Pick the lowest wick between the two. This is the new low. What happened? Body closed below that. Okay, this one looks a little bit weird just because obviously it closed down here. But broke below that low. Body closed below it. What do we have? A break of structure to the downside. Boom. Right. Here. What is it here? Move up, then a move down. This is a high. 2 candlestick pattern. Pick the highest wick between the two. Awesome. This is the new high. Body closed above it here. Why not this one? Because the body didn't close above this high here, right? Body closes above it with this one. What happens? Boom. Move to the upside. So that's on the that's on the 5-minute, guys. I'm gonna show on the 1 minute now. Okay. Here. It is a move down, then a move up. This is the new low. What happens? Why didn't this candle right here close? Because we wicked it, right? So we would have waited for this candle here. So, and again, when you're looking for a break of structure, you want to look for the most recent high or low that was made, right? So you're not gonna that's depending on what you're looking for, right? So if you're looking for entries, you want to look for the most recent one. So, and obviously, if you go and you watch all of my videos, you'll see how I personally use them to get confirmation. You'll see every fucking thing about my trades on how I use everything. So go watch them. Free fucking sauce, guys. All right, so move down and then move up. We close below it with this candle here. Body closed below this low, right? And we haven't made any new low here. Why? Because we haven't had to move down then move up besides here, right? Because we had to move down then move up. So this would be the most recent one prior to this one. So body closed, what happened? Boom. Boom. Move to the downside. Cool. Here. Move up, then move down, pick the highest wick between the two. That's a high, right? Because it's a 2 candlestick pattern. I'm just going to keep saying that. I want this shit to stay in your fucking head. I want this shit to stay in your head. Close above that high. What do we have? Continuation to the upside, guys. Okay? So that's going to be my video on breaks of structure. Please comment down below if you have any questions or anything like that. Like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know what the fuck it is.